Hi, welcome to Bonita's Kitchen and thank you for joining us. What I'm going to be making today is a delicious batch of pumpkin carrot cookies. I'm excited to share this recipe with you today, and being Halloween day, and of course the kids is going to be knocking on the door here pretty soon. Me and Raymond just want to jump right into these and get them made and packaged up. So if this interests you and you'd like to bake along with us and probably with your kids or your grandkids, that would be wonderful. So let's get started. So what we're going to be using here today is a cup of cooked and mashed carrots. And of course you could use pumpkin, but the carrots in it is so delicious. I'm using fresh carrots here today. You can see it's harvesting season. I'm going to be using a pumpkin pie spice, and what that is, it's just a little bit of about 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon, and allspice. And of course I got my decorations ready there for the cookies. So now let's get started. You take this serious, right? So I got 1 cup of shortening. You can use whatever type you got available. I'm going to be using 3/4 cup of white sugar, but you can use sugar of choice. I'm going to also be using 1/2 teaspoonful of almond extract and 1/2 teaspoonful of vanilla. And I'm going to cream this together. Okie dokie, Raymond. I'm going to be also putting in there the 2 teaspoonfuls of the pumpkin spice, pumpkin pie spice, or you can do your own put together spices. Remember that you want to cook this in advance, your carrots, get them mashed up and go to room temperature before you could use it. So that'll be sort of something you'll do in advance. If you're making these with your kids or grandkids today, you can let them help you put in all of those ingredients. And the decorating, wow, I got a feeling that Raymond's going to enjoy decorating these today. He's been waiting all day for us to get together and do this. All right. I'm going to crack 1 large egg into a separate bowl, just in case I get some shells in there, and just beat it lightly. So again, if you don't have pumpkin spice, no worries, I'll leave you the instructions to make your own, and that'll be just pretty simple. Toss your egg into your shortening and sugar spice mixture, and then we're going to be tossing in after gradually the carrot, the mashed carrot. I'll know what I'm doing after, so I'm just going to whisk this around in there first. After you put your egg in there and just whisk it around just a little, you're going to put 2 teaspoonfuls of baking powder into the flour. I sifted the flour in advance. So we're going to toss just a small amount of that flour on one side and some of that carrot, mashed carrot, on the other. And we're going to gradually alternate both of those ingredients in together and just mix it around. Then I'm going to toss some more of the flour. So you just keep doing that until you got it all in there, and equally blend it together. Just look at the color. Now if you want to mash these carrot to it's like a just very soft and smooth, you could do that, but I like seeing the chunks of carrot in there, and it tastes amazing. That's all you need to do there. So as you can see, these are so simple to make. Now we know our neighbors around here, so what we're going to do today is package up some of those cookies, and we're going to decorate some. Of course, Raymond has got a couple of really good ideas on the way he's going to decorate these cookies. Because nothing like homemade cookies to give as a little gift. And nobody says no to that, eh, Raymond?
No. Especially when they know that I'm decorating.
He's decorating. Count Dracula over there is going to be decorating. Yeah. Oh my goodie. And that's all we need to do there. I'll show you what's next. So this is what your texture is going to look like. So what I'm going to do now is get a cookie sheet and a piece of parchment paper. I'm going to run my parchment paper in under the water, and I'll show you what I mean by that. And it just puts it in that pan. So much easier.
One of them old tricks at the tray type thing.
Well, yes, and it's always nice to have a few tips to go with all of our recipes. So now I'm going to put this to the side. So what I got here is a large cookie sheet and a couple of pieces of parchment paper. I'm going to run it under the water, and what I mean by that, it just puts it in place. Like of all this time of trying to keep this paper in place, putting a little batter on the bottom, I'm going to show you what that looks like. So now, this is what our parchment paper is going to look like. Soaked in water, but easy to put down. And I needed 2 pieces for this because my pan is a little extra large. And that's it. It just stays down there nice. Now I'm going to show you how much batter to put on the pan and how far apart you need it. So I just got ordinary teaspoon that you would just sweeten your tea with. And you're going to take about a scoop of that like this. And you're going to pop out onto your plate, onto your pan, and you're going to separate them about 1 inch apart. So across should take about 4 dollops of this batter. And this batter makes about 40 to 45 little pumpkin carrot cookies.
Good for a lot of trick-or-treaters.
Good for a lot of trick-or-treaters and good for Raymond.
Yes, you get that.
Right. So that's all you need to do there. Just continue doing that until your pan is full.
So that means I can knock on the door 40 or 50 times. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, you can do that.
Good exercise.
After you've completed 1 tray, of course you're going to have to do another tray. You're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees of heat. And put your timer on anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes. All depends on how you like your little cookies, if you want them brown or a little lighter. And then what we'll do is get making our icing to decorate these delicious cookies. I'm going to put my cookies now in the oven. I'm going to put 12 minutes on first. If I need to go the extra 3 minutes, I will. So put it in the center rack, toss it in, and set the timer. Now let's make our icing. I'm going to be putting in here 1/2 cup of room temperature butter or margarine, whatever you got available. Of course, 2 teaspoonfuls of pumpkin spice. Put that on in there. Now I'm going to blend this together just a little. Now I'm going to toss in 1/2 teaspoonful of vanilla and 1 tablespoonful of water. I got about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of powdered sugar, confectionery sugar. Now you could use more. You can double this recipe if you want more icing. That's entirely up to you. I'm just going to take some of this down a bit so it don't fly on Raymond's camera and turn it on. So pretty much that's all you need to do there. Now, if you want to make this into a color, if you want to do orange, Raymond keeps saying black. Of course, black I don't have, but I got purple. And you can do green. So separate this into 3 different containers and then add in your colouring, your food colouring. Gotta let those cookies cool down a little. I'm going to take them off the tray, but I figure we'll get back here to this icing. So this is the copper, I guess more like orange, and this is the purple that I add, and of course only just to give it a nice little color, just a colorful color I should say.
A variety.
A variety, yes. And so you just mix it into your mixture like this, and then you got your icing ready for when you're going to use it. So now I'm going to take those cookies off the tray and let them cool. So I got my cookies now off onto a cooling rack. I got my icing all ready, and we're starting to hear trick-or-treaters go around. So we want to get moving on this fast. Going to take a few of these off now, and we'll show you how, I guess myself and Raymond is going to decorate them, and then I got to get back to making the rest of them. So I hope you're excited about this recipe today. This is a fun recipe, a family recipe that you can get together with your kids or your grandkids. And of course for me and Raymond here today, it's just each other, but we're excited about it. Okay, now I'm all ready for my trick-or-treaters. I'm going to get icing up those little cookies, and I will show you what they look like. We're so excited. So now I have started off first with just a pumpkin and a little pumpkin on the top. And what about you?
I think I'm ready to try this.
I really don't know.
If I do spoil one, I can always try for doing another one. Right?
And we're sort of dressed up a little bit here in our little hats, of course. Oh, nothing fancy.
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat, yeah. So of course, if this interests you, don't forget, the recipe is going to be posted under this video and available for you to print off on our website, www.bonitaskitchen.com. Okay, so that's how easy it is to make your own pumpkin carrot cookies. So right now,
mine's taking a little bit longer.
It's taking a little bit longer, but I mean, we got no kids knocking on the door here yet, so that's fine. We're still in good shape. And again, like you said, you can send...
We might even have time to sample these before.
Oh, I'm sure we will. And you can also send us a message on bonitakitchen@gmail.com if you got a question about a video we've already posted or one you would like to see made. So, from myself, Raymond, and our team here and Bonita's Kitchen.
Now you can understand why I wouldn't work in the bakery, or I couldn't, because it'd take me 3 weeks to make a bunch of cookies.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So again, on behalf of myself, Raymond, and our team here on Bonita's Kitchen, thank you for joining us today for pumpkin carrot cookies. From our kitchen to yours, you have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye.
And 2 thumbs up, you guys. Delicious.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a masterpiece. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Always an open door. Bonita's Kitchen to yours. Bonita's Kitchen. Kitchen to yours.
And don't forget to join us again on Bonita's Kitchen.